Hello, happy viewers. Welcome to Lorenzo's Mission a Day. Mission 23 today, I think. Yeah, Mission 23. Yesterday we finished up the old mission pack made by Jay Cheetah. He's my YouTube buddy. Check him out in the featured channels. He's doing some Duna exploration and other nice videos. It's always fun to watch him do things. And he made this mission for me. If you want to see your own mission here, feel free to submit it. If it's reasonable, I might just do it or attempt to do it and then make Kearney, our resident psycho astronaut, crash everything. So what we have here is a diesel or unleaded cheeky text here. Basically, the Kerbal refinery is offering to pay us handsomely to deliver their brand of jet fuel to our space station / interplanetary exploration vehicle. We have to deliver 720 units of fuel to the station, and that will give us 275,000 credits. Now we have 152,000. I added today's fame points. It's 1700 credits, so not that much. Most of that is from the one new subscriber I have. If you're watching this, be welcome and thanks for the 1000 credits. The rule, for those of you that don't know, is that for every view I get 100 credits and for every subscription 1000. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's grab our rocket, the Vol engine booster. It's unmanned. And what it's going to do, it's going to attach one of what will be 3 nuclear engines and of course deliver the 720 units of liquid fuel. Now, 720 units of fuel and the accompanying oxidizer weighs quite a lot. This is why this rocket is the first one in the space program to use the larger engine. It's not the mainsail, I didn't have that unlocked yet, but it is the Skipper, the second largest engine, and it's got this big stage with 4 boosters that will put us, hopefully, in an orbit somewhat close to the space station. So let us set that as a target. The Vol station, set that as a target. The sun is over there. Happy days. And it is time to launch. So as you know, most of this will be fast forwarded unless something hilarious happens. Here we go. So we're currently time warping towards our intercept maneuver burn point. It's 180 meters per second burn, and then of course when we are rendezvousing with the station we will need another burn to match speeds with it. Now of course, ideally I want to do this with just the fuel in this booster stage, because then we get a maximum amount of fuel to the station and we won't end up with empty tanks again, because that's always annoying when your tanks are empty. Here we go, we can use the RCS system to turn around, because using just the reaction wheels with a ship this big, that's a bit annoying. Anyway, we want to ideally keep these tanks, and definitely this tank that will be attached on top of the nuclear engine, definitely this one, we want to keep that attached. And if possible these two as well, because then we can deliver the fuel to the station. Now there is only a little bit of fuel remaining in this big stage, although it's still almost a full tank like this. So I'm hoping there is approximately 300-400 meters per second of delta V in it. And then the last bits we can do with just the RCS thrusters. Hopefully we can do that. This will mean that we are going to have to be quite patient on our docking, because we will be going quite slowly. I'm not worrying at all about leaving debris near the station, and I'm not doing this mostly because the station itself will be moved in the future, so it will leave the littered and soiled orbit well behind, and then the junk is completely safe and the station will have moved on to greener pastures. So sit back and enjoy some music and a fast forwarded compilation of me hopefully docking this nuclear engine without a scratch. because that's actually part of the description of the mission. Well, not without a scratch, but without spilling anything. So hopefully we can do that. Well, we are in orbit around Kerbin, so we can finish that goal. Now we just need to dock and make the fuel counter happy. This we can probably do. So sit back and enjoy the ride. Yes, and there we are. We have attached... No. Shit. Damn it. No. No. What I forgot to do just now is before detaching to transfer the fuel into the station. Some of it is in this tank, but this of course needs to go into the station. These are still full. Fortunately, we have a docking port. We cannot just redock with the nuclear engine. That doesn't work, but we are going to have to dock on the side. Fortunately, that will work, and then we can fill this up with with some fuel. We only have one half of our RCS thrusters left. The other half are stuck on the nuclear engine, but no matter, because we are ace at maneuvering. Jesus, that was stupid. I almost deorbited this full of fuel. That would have failed us the mission, and well, it would have been really stupid basically, which is never a good thing to be on a space mission. Never be stupid. That's a good rule. Right. So we are about ready to slow down. Let's see. If we just rotate now, slow down a bit, come to a relative stop. And if we start to rotate now, are we then in fact going to hit the space station, or does this fit? This almost fits. What we should do now is pulse the thrusters to actually come to a halt, and now of course we want to rotate the space station a little bit. Control it from here. Set this boy here as the target, and see if we can't... No. See if we can't rotate this a little bit. Seems to be working out somewhat. Stop it. That should be enough rotation. I think it's too close that it doesn't give us a marker. Anyway, switching back to this, controlling it from the docking port. The station is wobbling a bit. But, ooh, this is abrupt motion. Yes, this should be enough for a docking. If you're doing this, it's never a bad idea to activate the precision controls done by hitting caps lock. And ooh, we are not proceeding very well to the docking port. If you hit caps lock, all the controls become a little bit less sensitive, which is great for maneuvers like docking while not crashing into the space station, which I'm not being very good at now. Basically just going to put some distance between me and it, because otherwise I'm going to ram it, I'm fairly sure. These precision controls are really quite precise if you're not going to pay attention. Hey, look at that, we're almost aligned with the next docking port. That's great. That is just great. So we are... The stupid bit is that the precision controls are great for using the reaction wheels, but not so much for the RCS thrust, because that just kind of completely vanishes. Also, a problem that we will encounter a little bit more of in subsequent days is that this station is getting quite large, a little bit too large to comfortably be handled by my computer while recording. So there is going to be some stuttering. I will probably make a cinematographic fix for this by just not videoing a whole lot of this station docking stuff. Anyway, this, just to remind yourself of my stupidity, this fuel could have easily been transferred whilst still attached to the nuclear engine, but then the only requirement for that was that I actually thought of it. So here we are, docked to the side of the station now. Fortunately, I did pack enough docking ports on there, and as we can see now, the mission controller is happy. Finish and save the mission. We have 300,000 credits now, and of course, not to forget, we are going to transfer the fuel. So let's look at that. That's these tanks topped up. That which is going to be the fuel for the nuclear engines, that's all full now. Except for these babies, of course. They still have to be filled. So we are still going to require another refueling mission. If that will be funded by Kerbal, that's the question. I'm not sure if this mission is repeatable. If it is, I am going to be rich just by refueling the station. So here is fuel tank. After this one, it's all gone. Then this basically constitutes the refueling part. Of course, this tank here was already full, and look, we can jettison the fairings. I think these are the fairing jettisoners. Yes, there we go. Get rid of those. They're just tumbling away into space, and look at that. One of the engines that will eventually take us to Joule and beyond is now attached to the station. Pretty good, if you do ask me. There's an ugly strut attached here, but then again, that will probably burn off when it gets hot. So now all that's left to do, I could transfer some of the RCS propellant. I should only keep enough to get this thing a safe distance away from the station, because we don't want to keep it. It's basically worthless to us. So scratching every little bit of resources out of there. I think 5 units, 6 units should give us a decent distance. So undock, switch to it, activate the RCS thrusters, and make it go away, please. Here we go. Bye-bye station. There it goes, receding into the distance. Quite big. It's one engine. It's going to get 2 more of those, and another lander to be used. No, not a lander, an expedition satellite, an ion-powered probe. Here we go. We are at, well, we're receding from the station quite efficiently. This is now orbital trash. Full batteries that will, well, power this probe core, I suppose, until it runs out, and then its artificial brain will simmer out. What we do have now is 2 fuel tanks, 2 engines, and the docking ports up in space, so should we ever need something propulsively and we only can bring fuel, this can be used. But this is quite a bare bones space station, so I don't think that will be of any use. Look, there's 30 kilometers off, there's some other trash. 80 kilometers off there's more trash. We are definitely littering the space around this area. So, going back to the space center, we did the mission. Very good, we have money now. I think we have as much money as we've ever had, 300,000. And I did this mission because now the interesting things can happen. For the next mission, no, this cannot be repeated. For the next mission, we are going to Juna, but unfortunately, we're not going to be able to complete this because this is a rover mission and we have not researched any rover parts. So, what we're going to do is we're going to launch a probe. This is the wrong building. We're going to launch a probe to Juna to do science. That will unlock the rover parts for us so that when Juna next comes around, we can do the rover mission. I made it on the cheap. This rocket, it's again a very small probe with a correspondingly small rocket. I thought this was fitting because the Maven that was recently launched by NASA was also a small rocket that wasn't even boosted by SRBs. This one will be. And a small probe. Well, that's basically where the similarities end because Maven will be looking for methane and doing atmospheric analysis. We are bringing kethane scanners, mystery goo and material observation bays. So, hoping to extract all the science from Duna. That mission will start tomorrow. And then the day after tomorrow, we will be launching, where is it? My Vol lander. If you'll have a look at this baby, this will be the first test flight of a nuclear engine. It's hidden in the shrouds here. And this will head to Vol. Now, the launch window to Vol is only 10 to 15 days after the launch window to Juna. This means that these missions will be launched concurrently, or almost concurrently. Anyway, not to worry, tomorrow we are focusing on the Juna mission. So, thank you for watching. Once again, if you did just watch this, that gave me 100 credits for tomorrow, and if you happen to subscribe, that will give me 1,000. So, subscribe, share it, or leave a comment. Either of those is fine. I always like it if you do. And thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.